So we're just starting this today. This is the intro. And then after the intro, we'll talk about the 1-bar link that it uses to buffer the space between the intro and the verse. We'll talk about the verse, and then we'll talk about some other things for advancing guitar players to really stretch out in this song and enjoy it. And that's what this tune is all about, is, you know, accumulating responsibility, isn't it? The pain of that sometimes, but the benefit of that, and then it's the grace of that. So we've got this really cool. Let's get right down to the intro. So we've got the top 2 strings, and I'm hammering only onto the B string on fret 2. So we leave that high open E string ringing. And then we're focusing on the high E string when we play the next downstroke, which is 2 open strings, top 2 strings. And then we do a hammer on again onto fret 2 on the high E string. And then we run up to we're going to continue playing the B string throughout here. So the top 2 strings, run fret 5 on the high E string. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So we go back to that, just right down that pentatonic shape, just a beautiful sort of rural, old, big pink sort of sound. So there's that nice hammer on to fret 2 again, and then let's move this along. Then we move down to the G and B strings. We're on the B string, fret 3, and the second finger, and then we use finger 1 on fret 3. Hammer that on the 2 middle strings, right? And then we just kind of hang out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, right? So there's that little lick. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1. You rewind it if you want, play it in, you know, half the speed or whatever, and you can get it. You can do it. So we've got this 1-bar buffer, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we get into the verse, which is A chord, the lazy A, and then C sharp minor, and then D, back to A. And you can do that sus4 there if you want. So the A real quick is the first finger on the D, G, and B strings. And then we've got the first finger on the A strings again, fret 4, fingers 3 and 4 on fret 6 on the 2 middle strings, and then finger 1 on the B string on fret 5, and E note. So we also ultimately move from A major to C sharp minor. You could play the open high E string if you choose, right? And then here's the D, which is open D, fret 2, 3, 2, with fingers 1, 3, 1, 3, 2. So A is the verse, moves directly to C sharp minor, then to D. And we hang out there, A started again, C sharp minor, and then D. And I'm trying to pluck the bass note first so my ear can hear which chord we're playing, and then I'll fill the rest of the stuff in, but we have that bass note present. The next chord, I know it's really important, you want to get into it, but we have the A, then we have the E chord with the G sharp in the bass, right? And then only playing those fretted strings, in this particular case, F sharp minor 7, fret 2, 2 middle strings on the 2 on fret 2, and then those are the only 2 strings we're playing. So we're playing like reduced chords to get to the E, right? And then back to the D. Here's the descending pattern slowly. So it's going to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. To get back to the verse, and the D hits the A. Stays there, goes back around again, same chords. And it does that 4 times for the first verse, I think. Take a load, that's the D chord, right? Oh, we're not doing doing that yet. So A, take the load of D with F sharp in the bass, bad thumb technique. Da 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 D da do, ba da da D A G sharp, E with G sharp, and then D with F sharp in the bass, and then 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then we do the descending pattern, which we already know now. Back into the verse again. Let's just take it one more time around and add some improvisations here. And you can take a look at what I'm doing. It's mostly just kind of chords, but with kind of an unaltered form of the pentatonic scale happening around. Where the sus4 is good, when you hit the A, and that's just adding the second finger. Or you can do the, I'm going to add the D, just play the D chord with A in the bass thing. That's really cool too. And then we do descending down to D. It's actually an ascension up to D from A to D, but he walks down with the bass line, and then we hang out 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then we do the descending pattern to D. And you notice what's really happening here is you have plenty of latitude to explore right hand patterns, right? So what I've done here is just kind of slowly do a little glissade through the chord. And I'm trying to do the same thing down or back to the D string. So it's down. It's a really cool thing to do when we get it right. It's a little challenging because I'm kind of like a bull in a china closet most of the time. So you have to carefully study that right hand technique. But then after we get there, I might want to go through the song and just start thinking about what would happen if I added a solo over the song, because it's a pretty groovy song to take a guitar solo on. So I'm thinking A major, so A2, right, open 2, 4, open 2, 4, 1, 2, right, so we're A string, open 2, 4, D string, open 2, 4, and then G string, 1, 2, and that's A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. You can do the same thing with the open B string, right, and then we have all of the notes right here in fourth position, and with the fourth finger stretch up to fret number 5. Oop. And just make sure that we start and stop on the A string, the root note. It doesn't have to be the A string, it could be any root note, any A. And that gives us an opportunity to just kind of tonicize that region. If you've stuck around, if you've been around here, you know I'm into tonicization, especially when we solo, Because I could play just A major pentatonic over the whole thing. Or some variation thereof. Oh, and playing the melody too is really important. Take it, oh, so it's the C. lot of work in open position, you know, and really get a lot of that stuff done, just kind of explorations. And if you play the open G string, you know, instead of the G major note, that's not, you know, it's not the end of the world for us. But I think we're going to leave it there. I think you pretty much got the gist of the song. If you have questions or you know, other requests, don't hesitate to hit me up. We're here for you, and I'm here, and you're there for us, and we all get along together. So I appreciate you watching some more videos on the channel, and I hope you're really having a good time and play your guitar. And until next time, happy picking.